Alright, guys, so now that we're about in the second half of this year, I'm going to be talking about all the upcoming animated movies this year that we know of so far and how I feel about them. So let's just get that out of the way. So, let's get into it anyways. So, starting off, there's nothing really coming in June anymore, since at the time of posting this, it's not really June anymore. So this is basically just going to be July through December. So, yeah. Now, starting off, at the time of posting this, Minions and Monsters already came out, but at the time of recording this, I have not seen Minions and Monsters, and I don't think I will by the time I do actually post this. So let me just get my thoughts out of the way. Now, starting off, one of the only good things is that the animation is actually really good. Thank you, Illumination. So, yeah. Now, there's nothing else really good to say about the movie other than I am a little mad that the original crew isn't back, but it's nice starting with a new group. It's time to see Illumination do something actually original for once. So, yeah, that's a good thing. And I don't know how I feel about the promotion. And I'm not saying that they're not promoting the movie at all. I'm saying they are promoting the movie, but they're doing it way too much. I basically know everything that happens in the movie. And also the humor, like always, it's just not my cup of tea. For others it might be, but for me, it's just not it. It's that typical generic Minions humor that you get every single day. That just forms those 2-hour haha funny Minion compilation. So, yeah, that's not really a good thing. But I don't want to talk too much about this, because then I'll take up too much of this video. So, we got that out of the way. Now, we don't really have anything coming in July other than Minions. So, we're just going to skip on to August. Now, August, we've got Coyote vs. Acme. Now, I am actually relatively excited for this one. I'm not as excited as I was for Looney Tunes, the day the Earth blew up. But I still am relatively excited. It's nice to see that Warner Brothers hasn't fully given up on Looney Tunes. Even though IMAX took all of Looney Tunes content off of their platform, which is just very frustrating. But whatever. On to how I think about the movie. Now, first, I'm glad some of it is 2D animation. If this was fully 3D, I wouldn't have lost it, but I would be a little disappointed. But good thing they're still doing some 2D. You really don't see 2D animation every day. So, that's a good thing. Also, I like the whole plot of Coyote versus Acme. How, they go against court with, John Cena and all these other people. It's actually kind of funny. It's actually the kind of Looney Tunes humor, and I actually kind of like it with John Cena being in this movie. It's insane. At the time of recording this, there's no second trailer, and we're at the time of posting this, we're a month away. So I think it's time to start promoting the movie a little more. But it still looks like a fun movie. And I might actually go check it out. So, yeah. And I don't think there's anything else coming in August. So, yeah. We're moving on to September. Starting with September, we've got Forgotten Island, DreamWorks animated movie. Now, we actually just got a second trailer for it this morning at the time of recording this. So, yeah, that just gave me more thoughts. So, I'm going to get those out of the way. Now, starting with the minor flaws, the humor isn't really my cup of tea. It's not as bad as Minions humor, no offense, but it's still not my cup of tea. It's kind of got that cringy, corny, kiddie kind of humor, and I don't really like that, since I'm not a little kid anymore. So anyways, other than that, the movie looks really good. Also, the whole plot of just not letting other people tell you what to do and just do your own thing, it isn't generic, but you kind of see it in a lot of movies. So, whatever. But aside from that, let me get into my pros. So, starting off, the animation is stellar in this movie. And you can tell because the same people who worked on Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is at the helm of this movie. So, it really shows. Also, I like the whole plot of how these two people are stranded on Forgotten Island, and they have to find a way to escape, or they'll lose their memories of each other. And I can tell this might be an emotional one. Maybe not Pixar levels, but still a pretty emotional one. So yeah, it really gets you excited for what's going to happen in the movie, and that's what I like about these things. So, anyways, enough yapping. On to October. Now, starting with October, we don't really have anything other than Avatar: The Legend of Aang. But let me tell you this. The entire movie got leaked. No, not just a few clips, not just the ending, but the full movie. And thousands upon thousands of people watched it. And now they're just not going to watch the movie when it actually comes out on Paramount Plus. And that's another thing we got to talk about. They originally planned it for theaters. But then they pulled it out of theaters and put it on Paramount Plus. Who even has that? That's like even more of a dead studio than Peacock. So, that's really not good. Because a lot of people who worked on this movie worked so hard on this movie. And they just pulled it out of theaters. And then the movie got leaked. It just really ruined it, man. It really sucks for some people. And this same situation happened with Digital Circus, but it still did well. But this might be even worse than what happened to Digital Circus. I'm not even joking. But overall, I'm still relatively excited for the movie. I haven't watched the leaks, so I'm still relatively excited. So, on to November. Now, starting with November, first, we've got the Cat in the Hat movie, the animated one. And let me tell you this. It's nice to see that Warner Brothers hasn't forgot its animation studio. It's not fully in the dead. And they're bringing Cat in the Hat into their animation universe, which is a little strange. It wasn't by Illumination, but at least it was by someone else. So, yeah. Also, the plot is basically that kind of silly Cat in the Hat plot line, which, sure, it's Cat in the Hat. It had to go with some kind of silly plot line. So, Cat in the Hat has failed all of his mission thingies, and he's got one last chance to, like, succeed in this mission. And there's these two siblings that recently moved in, and, like, Cat in the Hat introduces the go-backer, and then they kind of lost the go-backer, and so they're gonna try finding the go-backer, and if the siblings help Cat in the Hat find the go-backer, then if they find the go-backer, then Cat in the Hat will undo their move. So, sure, I like the plot it's going for, but yeah. Also, the Cat in the Hat voice actor, that I have no words. He's just a really good voice actor. That's all I'm gonna say. Animation looks actually pretty good. And now on to the other animated movie that's coming out in November, aka Hexed. Now, I find it kind of crazy how Gato, the movie that is coming out in March of 2027, has gotten a trailer before Hexed, but it still got a trailer, Hexed. So, yeah, good. And it just looks okay. Animation is pretty good. Plot is something you've seen before, but it's not completely a ripoff. Yeah, I have no words to say. December, we've got the Angry Birds movie 3. We gotta make this recording quick because my CapCut is acting weird when I do more voiceovers. So, it just looks really good. I can't really say too much. I like the plot it's going for. I like the comedic moments. Everything about it looks good. And, why is Mr. Beast in here?
I am walking